I think it's a great thing that they stretched out his game the way that they did, and he's getting stronger. I think an MVP season is not out of the question right now.
Oh,
I
for
really
sure.
don't,
He damn
because
near on pace to win everything. To be real.
and to that point, how rare is it for a 22-year-old to be a good basketball player professionally in the NBA?
I mean, I know how you feel about Wimbby Ox in terms of him being on the perimeter as a jump shooter. Well, if I've grown 2 inches, that makes me even more difficult to get to on my jump shot. That especially that makes it even more difficult for me to get to when I'm on the block.
No,
for my
chill. There's no way you came up with that. No, chill.
Why not? At 7'5",
chill.
that makes it even more difficult. That makes it even more difficult in my mid range, in my mid post.
Nobody is getting to his jump shot now. Him growing 2
Right.
inches shouldn't be shoot more jumpers, because ain't no way you getting to it. Like nobody was getting to it. Period. Let's just get to the jump hook, chill. Let's just get to.
For what it's worth, because Wemby's media day interview was interesting, and one thing that I think that he said that was moving to me, and I think it might move Jordan. Well, one thing he said was that he doesn't think it's possible for him to improve anymore just in the summer. He has to play basketball. That's one thing he said. But he said that he's stronger, he doesn't get knocked off balance as much, and that his conditioning is way better. If he's stronger and he doesn't get knocked off his path, his track more, I think that addresses a lot of the issues you had with him as an interior finisher, as a driver, those things. So if that's true, like we can only go off word of mouth and what he said.
Yeah.
But if that's true, I do think we might see a more effective Wemby inside the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Which is scary for the NBA.
No, it is. Mars, my only thing is I just, like, me and you both agree on this. Him being that tall, it's very hard for you to see a guy that tall drive to the basket and finish. That shit is just hard. With traffic, people reaching for the ball, like, it's just hard. So I hope he used this strength and him not being able to get knocked off balance just by, catch, turn, finish. You're looking at 12 points a game just off that. Catch, turn, finish. You can't do shit about, and he dunked them joints too. Like, I remember when Giannis was kind of like in his first couple years in Milwaukee, when he was like entering his prime in the MVP year, Giannis used to just catch the ball and just wait like 2.5 seconds before he get a 3-second count and just dunk the shit out the ball. Like, that was impressive. Wemby can 1,000% do that. Like,
it's just,
and that's what I want to see from him. All the dribbling and the getting downhill, like, that shit is hard. It's hard for Kevin Durant. I don't know if y'all know that it's hard for Kevin Durant to do that.
He's his own archetype, Jordan. Like, we can't use it's hard for a guy who's 7'6" to do this. It's hard for guys who are 6'6" to move around without pain. Okay, for a guy who's 7'6" to be able to handle the ball, move the way he does laterally on the perimeter, to be able to run the floor the way he does, it's never happened before in history.
But Ben, he handles the ball good for a 7'6" guy. He doesn't handle the ball good for a basketball player. For a 7'6" guy, he handles the ball good.
Yeah, but who's saying you're running ISO possessions 28 feet from the basket with him? Like, I'm just saying, like,
the Spurs last year.
The Spurs
last year.
Well, you're not doing it in a winning. You're not doing it in a winning context. And the fact that he can dribble, the fact that he can get that low on his dribble, is actually pretty good. Would you agree that he's a good? Would you agree that he's a good ball handler for a center?
Yeah, he's a good ball handler for a center. Absolutely. That's
is he a good ball handler for a power forward?
No, he's a good ball handler for a center power forward. He's a good ball handler for a big guy. Well, I've always said, just because he's a good ball handler, don't mean you need to stretch that out and say, "Oh shit, you can." That seems like that's what the Spurs are doing.
I actually think
shit, you
it's
can
a
dribble,
great
take
thing.
him ISO. Like, no, we don't need that.
I think it's a great thing that they stretched out his game the way that they did, and he's getting stronger. I think an MVP season is not out of the question right now.
Oh,
I really don't.
He damn near on pace to win everything. To be real.
And to that point, how rare is it for a 22-year-old to be a good basketball player professionally in the NBA? Do you realize how rare that is?
But
21 to be 21,
rare. He's amazing.
To be 21 or 22 and even be in top 50 conversations is rare as hell. It is for the very select few. To put this into context, let me ask you a question. We all know Giannis was really good pretty quickly in this league. It's not like he had to work his way up through the G League or something like that, like Pascal Siakam, right? How many points do you think Giannis averaged through his first 4 years?
Giannis' first 4 years.
He didn't start averaging 20 until year 4. I know that.
He's about a 20. He was about a 19, 20 a game guy, something like that.
4 years into his career, he was averaging 14.9 points per game.
15 a game. 15.
Kawhi was at 12.9 after 4 years. My point is, these guys, like, it takes time. Wemby's in his 3rd year, and he is so far eclipsed what guys like in his archetype have ever done before. It's really some shit we never seen before. The concept of prime, we're talking 24, 25. What's Wemby's prime about to look like, yo? If he's this good at 2021, and we can all agree that there are holes, he can become a better shooter, he can become a better passer. What happens when this guy starts maxing out his attributes? What happens when he becomes 272 pounds? Chill, 272 pounds. If he doesn't lose some of the flexibility and stuff he has, again, his barefoot training is the game changer. The way that he has trained from a very young age, from 15, 16 years old, him going and training with the monks, him training with Olajuwon, this guy's not coming for best center in the league. This guy's coming for greatest player all time.
Hey, what if he do all that shit and he trash though?
He's not going to be trash because he's not trash right now. He's not trash right now.
Garbage. Get Wimbby off the floor.
Like, I don't think you factor in that it's a possibility he do all that shit. He could have the worst, like he could like have a worse season he did last year.
Nah, I'm telling you, I think this guy's gonna be the greatest defender of all time if he stays healthy, and I think he's gonna be one of the great. I think he's gonna be one of the 3-4 greatest players of all time.
Oh man, boy, you got high. All right, shit.
Right now, my number 5 is Shaq. So
yeah, he's gonna be better than Shaq.
Yeah, that's a little.
He's gonna be better than Shaq.
He'll never be better than Shaquille O'Neal. Never.
Yes, he will.
Okay.
Ox, if he
Kawhi is already better than Shaq, so you know.
No, we're not doing this. Hell
no, we ain't gonna do that.
No. Ox,
if he develops Kawhi media day too, Ox, don't forget that we ain't gonna let you off the hook with that one.
If we end up getting a more aggressive, because I don't think we're ever gonna see Wimbby as dominant around the rim as Shaq was. I don't think I'm gonna go that far. No, I'm not gonna say that. However, if we can get a more aggressive Wimbby around the rim, a big time finisher who dunks the ball, he might not do it with the veracity and the force to Shaq.
Don't have to. It's 2 points though.
That's what I'm saying. If we can
and he's at 85% free throw share.
If we could get him to be a quick jump hook guy, a quicker jump hook guy, and a better finisher around the rim, plus adding in the jump shot, plus adding in the defense. Now what you're doing is, and I've done
if we just give him every attribute known to man, I guess.
Okay, he already has that though, that's the thing.
Nah, he doesn't have a jump hook. He doesn't even have hope of a jump hook right now.
Not at all. Not at all. Chill. Y'all have an obsession. Y'all have an obsession with creating the perfect basketball player.
Here's the difference. But here's the difference though, Mars. The difference is that jump hooks, especially with big guys, jump hooks are something that are taught initially, right? So I don't think that's something that, especially when
in the 6th
grade. Does he have good touch? Does he have good touch?
Wemby does have good touch.
Okay, great. Does he have a good catch radius on the block? So when he gets a little bit stronger and you can't push him on the block, he's gonna have a foot of separation. And so at the point
y'all have an obsession. Y'all have an obsession.
What he's gonna do
in Penn today, Penn, you showed it with the whole Marcus Smart conversation. Y'all have an obsession. A sick obsession with thinking that there's perfect basketball players out there trying to talk. He doesn't do this. Well, all he has to do is get this, get that, get this, and then do that, and then he'll be perfect. There is no perfect
Luke
basketball
Kennard
player.
All I said, wait a minute. All I said was him being better around the rim. That's all I said. I ain't say he got to be a lot on the box.
Jump hooks,
right? And that's gonna make him better.
Dream shakes.
I ain't say nothing about him up and unders and reverse pivots and
dream
shakes.
That stuff is more like
it's none of that.
I ain't even talking about that. I'm just talking about
what's stronger, my obsession with wanting to create a perfect basketball player, or your obsession with misinterpreting something that's been said to you?
Matty Ice, what you was gonna say, Matty? Because this gonna turn into a crazy brawl. What you was gonna say, Matty Ice?
It's definitely not. I don't have the energy.
No. I was just saying it's not about making the perfect basketball player. It's about making a better basketball player. Like if Wimbby is like 20%. It's like 20% his full potential of like skyhooks right now. If he could just get that up to 50, 60, then that's going to be a significant improvement.
Why are you saying 20%? Where do these numbers come from, Matt? Are you just grabbing numbers from out there?
No, I think he shot 5 jump hooks last year.
He shot 5, and when I looked at the film, they were actually floaters that were categorized as hooks. He didn't shoot a hook the whole year.
So what?
So why are we just projecting and growth in
That's
all. That's Mars, and that's
like,
what I'm trying to say.
with you. I'm with you that Wemby can improve in a bunch of things. His strength on drives, his strength just being able to command his own space as a post-up player. He was actually quite efficient as a post scorer. It was the turnovers that were killing him a lot. I'm with him cleaning that up because of the dribble and him being able to operate with no dribbles, just shoot over the top, turnarounds, all of that. I think he should be studying the Dirk playbook and should lean into that. That's what I think should happen. But projecting an improvement from something that is quite literally at ground -5 is where you lose me. I just don't know why we're talking about a jump.
Can we try to find? I know we lost. Can we try to find you? Hang on 1 second. Just because a player doesn't take threes doesn't mean a player can't hit threes, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Just because a player.
Who cares if you don't shoot? Who cares what you can do if you don't do it?
Yeah, I'm not talking to you, Ox. I'm talking to Mark.
So of course, because I'm gonna keep it real with you when you get to doing this babbling shit. I don't care what you think you can do or what you did with your trainer or what you did in the offseason. Do it on the court, and it matters.
You know, tone down the emotion. We're not trying to have that.
We're
trying to have a real basketball conversation. You don't get to jump in because you're a little.
Stop with the fantasy shit.
I'm not. It's not fantasy shit. I said he could be better than Shaq, and you get emotional for 10 straight minutes.
I'm not emotional. I'm saying
you are emotional.
As good as.
Okay, so that's cool. That's an opinion. He's 21 years old.
So let's stay right there. Ox,
oh, we doing impersonations, no?
So what's more? So Penn, don't let Ox off the hook with this. Ox, what is more likely?
I ain't even talking to him. I'm trying to talk to Mars.
What makes this more likely? What's more likely for me to be able to put in your game? Mars just said that Wimbby hasn't shot a hook in 4 years. That doesn't mean that he can't do it. Okay, and I'm not asking him to get the ball on the block. Wait a minute, though, Mars. As I was saying,
carry on. My fault.
Okay, as I was saying, I'm not looking for something astronomical. I'm looking for something simple, and a hook is simple. I'm not looking for a sky hook like Jabbar. I don't want to put that in your game. No, I'm not. And the reason why I'm not interested in putting that in your game because I think that that's way too advanced. I'm looking at something like you flash into the box, catch the ball, jump hook. That's it.
Flash to the box.
That's something.
Victor Wembanyama?
Yes, Victor Wembanyama. Yes, so, flash to the box. Ox. As a big guy.
Would you say that Hakeem Olajuwon was pretty good with the hook shot?
Yes, he was. He had a really good hook.
Did Victor Wembanyama seek out working out with that man this offseason?
That's what he did. Yes, he did.
Okay.
Do that.
Is there anything inherently about Victor Wembanyama other than the fact that he is pretty much sticks and bones right now that would give you the idea that he does not possess the tools, the requisite tools to be a good player in that range of hook shots, floaters, and things like that? Nothing. Okay, cool. So this is what I'm trying to say. Okay. There are players in collegiate basketball who are not allowed to take threes for whatever reason. Maybe their coach doesn't want them to do it. Maybe they don't want to do it. Maybe that's not their offensive philosophy. It is the job of a scout to watch that player and determine whether their shooting form and their free throw projectables and all that stuff can project out to a player that I can turn into a 3-point shooter, or is this a person who can't take threes because they can't make it? There are players who cannot make threes early into their career because they don't have enough strength to get the basketball to the basket. There are those players, but that doesn't mean they can't do it one day. I need to, as a scout, I need to be able to look at Victor Wembanyama and say, this is a player who can or cannot develop this when I want him to. And when he wants to start taking hooks, there's nothing about him from his height to his touch, to his hands, to his catch radius, to his release radius that tells me he is not going to be elite at this. Now, you want to fight it because you haven't seen it. I'm going to say, I'm sorry, that's not how basketball works. Because Pascal Siakam at New Mexico State didn't take threes. The Raptors knew they could turn him into a 3-point shooter. I can turn a player into something better than what he currently is by changing the situation around him, by changing his training. But there are certain players that are just never going to be good shooters. And I can see it from their release. I can see it from how they push the ball. I can see it from their hand-eye coordination. I see it from their touch. There are certain players who just don't have good touch. Wemby is showing you year over year he has good touch. Touch is not something that is easy to teach.
It sounds like something that's just, it sounds like something that if I could just get stronger, I can put this in my game and I can be more effective.
He could do it right now.
And Mars, you literally just brought that up. If I could get stronger, then I could be more effective on the block. Because a lot of times, strength has a lot to do with what I do. If I'm not strong enough and I get pushed off the block, I won't go down there. Not because I can't play down there, but I'm just not strong enough to play down there. Once I get strong enough, the stuff that I think I can do, once I get strong enough, now I'm going to implement that in my game. Wimbby, who's not really strong enough to be on the block like that for quick hits because he gets pushed off the block. Well, turns out Wemby's gotten stronger. So maybe I'm thinking, okay, let's implement hooks now. Let's implement quick.
I don't think that's. I don't think his strength had nothing to do with why he don't shoot jump hooks.
It definitely has something to do with it, right?
Though,
because we talked about this last week or week before, and I brought that up already about that fact. I think Jordan, me and you was talking about it, and I was like, well, he's getting older. He's undoubtedly gonna put some weight on. You know what I'm saying? He'll get a little stronger, right? I talked about that already. So, you know, definitely when that happens, I think he'll be more able to attack the paint. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about Giannis coming through the lane, dunking and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, he'll probably get that when he gets a little stronger. But 2 years in the NBA, I don't know exactly how many games. 2 years in the NBA, and we'll just talk about this last season. Mars said it was 5 hook shots, and they weren't even really hook shots. No matter if you're strong enough to be in the NBA at that size, if you want to be on the block, if you want to throw a couple hooks, you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I said. I just don't think you want to.
Yeah, this is basketball. This isn't MMA fighting. Like nobody's gonna grab your arm and put you in an arm bar and choke slam you and all that. Like you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to get on the block, you can get on the block. You might not be a block demon because of your strength, but you can get on the block at 7'4" if you want to.
And to be honest, like Giannis don't shoot hook shots either. And I think the correlation between Giannis and Wimbby is, I think Wimbby think he has to be like Giannis, like driving and getting downhill and being able to play in the paint. I just don't think he needs to do that. Like, and I've been saying that just because he has the skill set to dribble, don't mean you need to say everything for Wimbby needs to be downhill off the bounce. Like, what happened to just seal it in the paint? He don't have to seal all the way. Like I said, this ain't UFC to where somebody gonna grab him and pull him down. Like all he gotta do is just make himself big right in the middle of the floor, catch, turn, jump, hook. Who's stopping that? He just don't do it.
That's my biggest thing. Like somebody got that echo going. That's you, Maddie.
That's Maddie Ice. Yeah.
Man, Maddie, they doing you bad.
Maddie. But that's the only thing I'm trying to say. Is like and I've said this before. I think we do have somewhat of an obsession with wanting perfect basketball players, and that's okay because we love the sport. We want everybody to be good. We want everybody to be able to do everything. So it's not like there's anything wrong with that. But I'm just saying, like, even in life, if I've never done something before, and you see me the majority, you see me most days. Let's say you see me chill. Let's say, for instance, like just like you do, you see me 5 days a week up here, right? 6 days, actually, chill. And of those 6 days a week, you have never, ever heard me mention the Bolshevik Revolution, right?
All you gotta do is just say EPM.
I'm just thinking anything, Mars. You've never heard me bring that up.
Right.
Why would you go talk to somebody be like, you know what? That guy Ox, he sure knows a lot about the Bolshevik Revolution. He's gonna next year, that's all he's gonna talk about. Well, why would you just assume that?
The reason why I would assume it, Ox, is because I have not heard you talk about the Boston Revolution, but I have heard you talk about the Boston Tea Party. And because I heard you talk about the Boston Tea Party, I would already assume that you got that in your repertoire. You're just not really that confident in talking about it yet. And once somebody brings it to your attention and you get stronger about talking about that, then you will bring it up. I wouldn't be surprised if you got better at talking about that. And I think the point is with Wimbby, Mars, you brought it up. When a guy gets stronger, my confidence is a lot better than what it was in the past. One of the main reasons why I wasn't as high on all of you guys as Wimbby as a defender, because of how weak he is or how weak he could be. He couldn't get pushed around on the block. Defensively, he can get pushed down low. That was one of his weaknesses. Okay, well, when he gets stronger, when he's able to hold his ground, that makes him an even better defensive player. I am not one of these people that is interested in creating a perfect basketball player because I don't think that ever exists. You're going to have some flaws in your game. That's just part of who you are. You are going to have some flaws. I'm looking for small stuff. And again, I'm not looking for Wimbby to be Olajuwon on the box. I'm not looking for him to be Bill Russell defensively. I'm not looking for that. What I am looking for is stuff that's simple that big guys do. Something that's simple that big guys do. And if a big guy can do something, to Mars's point, even though you haven't seen it much, you have seen it. If I can put a jump hook in your game, a quick jump hook, not a jump hook where you're getting the ball on the block and boom, 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 turning over your left shoulder, turning over your right shoulder. No. I'm talking about flashing to the box, whether it's in transition or secondary break, getting something quick. We put that in our game. How much better does that make him? How much better does that make their offense? So much better. And then we expand on that as opposed to, he's going to be a 65% shooter around the rim. He's going on the block and he's just head and shoulder faking like Olajuwon. No, we ain't doing none of that. Just something simple.
I'd like to see it. Ox, you're muted.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
Once again, though, Chill, he could do that right now. If he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? He's big enough. Undoubtedly, he's going to get stronger. Undoubtedly, he's going to gain a little weight. Undoubtedly, he's going to continue to grow. But Chill, if he wanted to do that, he could do that already by now. Now, I'm not saying dominate like those guys you just mentioned, but if the kid wanted to get on the block a little bit, we've seen his skill. We see how he moves. He could easily catch the ball, throw it up here. This is not hard for a professional basketball player. A simple jump hook is not hard for a professional basketball player, especially a player of his caliber and his skill set. If he wanted to do it, he could do it. Now, mind you, does he have to do it? Can he be great without it? 100%.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. Yeah, the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.